In the B, the O, the Y-L-E, the H, the E-I-G-H-T. Now add the S, that's East Los Angeles. Relax, kids, mezcalito about to handle this.
Sailor!
Yo-ho!
We're in the house again, and I brought another East Coast legend into his house.
All right.
East side.
former Hudson County Scumbag fucking... I almost lost my teeth there, right there. Creator! Creator! We have Paddy Rican, Weehawken's finest Yankee fan to LA fan. This is going to be a battle of the fucking ages here, folks. Here we go. Bing, bing. Round one. Don't go to jail.
Yeah, I won't make the errors that the Yankees made last year to cost them the World Series. I'll at least try to keep myself in this show tonight.
Oh, like the Yankees are, right? My brother like the Yankees are.
Yeah. So as long as you don't have Ohtani hitting cleanup, we're good.
Yeah, I was waiting for that series for years, man. Like Yankees, Dodgers, but I don't know. It's just we fucking sucked for the longest, man. 'Cause we had horrible management where they were like, I think we got 5 Rookie of the Years where they just traded each of them away, and I'm like, out here, the 2 biggest pieces of shit were the Clippers owner, because I don't know if you remember that Clippers.
Wait, really?
He's
Come on, he had some hot chicks around.
He was a racist asshole.
No, but that guy was a piece of shit. But I like the fact that he was an honest piece of shit. That's what my dad, because I told you he got in trouble out here a couple years before the whole scandal where he used to own a bunch of apartment complexes here in LA. That's how he made his money. Mm-hmm. And he told his property managers, don't rent to Hispanics or blacks, only rent to Arabs or Asians, because black or Hispanics don't pay the rent on time. They're always in front of your apartments, and they're just they lower your property value. So he ended up getting sued by this the California Department of Fair and Ethical Business or whatever. He ended up paying like a bunch of money, and then they asked him again, like, do you regret what you said? And he said, no, it's business. What I said might have been racist, but I was in line. It's true. And my dad was like, you know what? Good for him. If he's going to be a racist, I'd rather have him be an open racist than a closet racist. And I was like, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, nobody likes a closet racist.
No, I'd rather have my racist to be out in the open. I'm like, all right, now I know where you stand. Exactly, you know?
Yeah, fair point. I mean, and you know, back to the Dodgers for a second. I mean, yeah, you guys were long suffering. I mean, since Fernando Valenzuela, you know, that was like the last title you had, you know. So, and then we went on a tear. You know, we had those dynasty years in the 90s, you know, and then that 09 title. I'm fortunate enough to see 5 World Series in my lifetime and a 3-peat.
But again, it's also the heartbreak. See, that's why I kind of get mad at Yankees fans or like fans that their teams win a lot, like Patriots fans, because I'm like, you guys have been spoiled for so long. You guys wait till you guys suck for a long time, and I think that's what builds character in a person. You know, when your team
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And plus, you find out who the real fans are. You know, the fair weather fans, they fall off the bandwagon. You know, and you're left with the core real fans that'll be there whether the team sucks or not. They're out there at the ballpark having a good time and cheering the team.
I even saw this, not just for sports, but there was this fucking teacher that went on X or something on Twitter that said, if you don't know the band on your T-shirt's name, like, or if you don't know any of their songs, don't fucking wear it. And some chick wrote, I thought Nirvana was a clothing brand. I was like, what?
Well, funny you mention that, because I have a deal with my kids, right? So, like, my kids see cool band shirts. So, like, my daughter saw an AC/DC shirt, and I was like, you got to listen to at least 3 AC/DC songs before you put that on, because I don't want people just thinking you're wearing that for no reason, you know?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
so that's good. Yeah. My son wanted a Misfits shirt. I got him one, but I was like, you're going to listen to some Misfits before you put that shirt on.
Lodi, New Jersey, right?
Yes,
sir. Yeah, man. One of the best. One of the best.
I saw them at the Forum when Danzig got back together with them like a couple years ago. Yeah, that was a good concert. He had a sore throat and he still performed like a kick-ass, man.
I'm glad the Forum is still around, man. The Forum is just, it's got so much history.
Well, hell yeah.
Funny you mentioned the Forum. Hold on a second. See, I'm pulling all types of gimmicks out here tonight. I actually read this not that long ago.
Oh, Showtime, the Lakers. Yeah, man.
Yeah, this one's pretty wild, man. I mean, they talk about all types of crazy stuff. So I'm glad that the Forum is still standing. You know.
Yeah, no, and they put a little money into it, and even though SoFi Stadium, it's right next to it. A lot of people prefer that for concerts because the way it's designed, it's like every seat's pretty cool. Like every seat's pretty small, so like you can see everything, like even from the nosebleed section. You know?
Yeah, that's killer. I mean, you know, the Meadowlands. I'm not even a Giants or Jets fan. I'm actually a 49ers fan.
Whoa.
So
same here, buddy. Same here.
Bang, bang, gang. Let's go.
On the heart, man. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. And you're all the way in Jersey. How'd you
guys are like birds of a feather, bro. From this,
Jerry
like,
Rice, man. Jerry Rice. When I was growing up, Jerry Rice is one of the goats, if not the goat. I don't want to hear no Tom Brady nonsense. I don't want to hear none of that. I think we're going to be pulling out more gimmicks here, D. I think we're going to be pulling out more. Oh, I love it. I love it. GOAT quarterback, Joe Montana, right there.
Oh, yeah.
And GOAT receiver, GOAT player, Jerry Rice. I don't want to hear no Tom Brady nonsense, all right? You know, Joe Montana didn't have to cheat, all right? Joe Montana didn't throw a pick in the Super Bowl. Joe Montana's undefeated in the Super Bowl. So, you know, put that in your pipe and smoke it, Tom Brady. Okay?
Yeah, plus, I don't know. I just think that he played in a tougher era. Like they had to play the Giants of the '80s, the Bears of the '80s, the freaking Washington Redskins. Like I don't know. Like and again, I don't know. I think football is becoming more of a flag football. Just get rid of the L. That's what I look at it. You know.
Yeah.
It's a passing league. I missed a good running game too, and like you know balancing it out. But this seems like it's a freaking passing league now.
It seems that way, you know, and don't get me wrong, I still tune in every week, you know, I still enjoy, I still love Sunday Funday and stuff like that. But yeah, it's true. I mean, Joe Montana, he had to deal with Lawrence Taylor smoking crack, coming to kill dudes, take their heads off. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady, Ray Lewis, maybe. I mean, Ray Lewis killed somebody, but I mean, he wasn't smoking crack like LT was. So,
100%. And even Lawrence Taylor said like when they asked him, "Do you think Tom Brady's the greatest?" and Lawrence Taylor started laughing like Joe Montana's the greatest. Like fuck, he would have killed Tom Brady. But that's why the eras are always like interesting to me because a lot of people, older cats, always tell me that Terry Bradshaw was probably the best because he also won 4 Super Bowls. A lot of people remember, but he had the steel curtain defense, but a lot of people say, "Well, he called his own plays," and I'm like, "Yeah, but." It was the 70s. Anybody can call their own plays. I feel not.
I'd give Marino more credit than him. And Marino didn't win a Super Bowl, but Marino was an excellent quarterback. You know, he really was, man. It's a shame he never got one.
Yeah,
but the guy was phenomenal.
But again, that's also one of those things that, like, would you rather win a Super Bowl, have a short career, or would you rather have a long, historic career and never win one? And I don't know. That's one of those questions, man.
It's tricky, man. I mean, you know, you want to win a ring, but then again, it's like if you can have this longevity and you could be one of the best all time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
doesn't Elway top Marino?
Oh, Elway won 2.
Yeah, he won 2.
Yeah, Elway won 2. Marino never won 1, man. He played us, right? The 1 year, and then that was it. And then he never fucking went back. And he was just chasing it.
Do you think Marino's soul wasn't worth anything to sell to the devil?
No, it's just I think because they kept on putting too much emphasis on receivers and defense, and they never gave him a running back. And I think even Elway towards the end said the reason he won those Super Bowls was because he had Terrell Davis.
Yep.
Like when you're a good quarterback, you're a good quarterback, but you also need a running back. And Terrell Davis helped out Marino at the end, and even Peyton Manning towards the end when he was with the Broncos, they had a great defense and a decent running game. Like he was there, but he was more like a Band-Aid.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, you know, as far as Marino's concerned, some people might even blame Ray Finkel, you know, laces out. So I mean, Ray Finkel might have cost Marino a couple titles, so we don't know about all that yet. But it's true. It's true, man. I mean, you know, and I think some people, you know, like they like to say football was better back then. I think it was more physical, right? I think also you got a lot of guys that are vegetables now, though, because of that, right?
Yeah, and so I think that's why they changed the rules. Because you don't see more like power backs and like running backs like on 3rd and 1. They go for like a shotgun formation. I'm like, dude, it's 3rd and 1. Just I formation pounded down the middle. But I think because of the whole Will Smith movie, Concussion, and then like the CTE stuff, like I think they're trying to avoid hard hits. They don't even show the hard hits anymore. They show great catches, and I'm like, where are the hard hits?
Yeah, they used to still. Those were selling like hotcakes back in the days on VHS, bro.
Yeah.
even when we get hard hits in games, I'm waiting for a flag. Like I give it a couple of seconds and I'm just like, oh shit, we got away with it. It's like, no, it was a clean hit.
Yeah, it's the only thing that sucks about football now. And then like you don't see any more fullbacks either. I remember when I was a kid, a fullback was like a powerful position. You know, he was the one that blocked for the running back. Usually took on a linebacker, but you don't see that shit no more.
Juice is like the last of the Mohicans now. I know, he really is.
They use him as a receiver a lot.
Yeah,
too. Like,
they play him at tight end. You know, I mean, they do a bunch of stuff with him. So, but Juice is like, he's pretty much the only one I could think of, right?
Yeah. The only power back I think is that dude Scatterboo that Scatterboo and maybe the dude from Baltimore, the two power backs that are left in the NFL. But
it's totally different game, different game than what it was. But it's cool that we lived through those times, you know.
Yeah, and even basketball. I always say basketball was a little tougher back then because these players hated each other. Now they're all friends. They're vacationing.
I think they're more skilled now, man. Offensively, I think they're more skilled offensively.
I think so too, but I'd rather have them hate each other and just like be plumbers that are like, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass. Like if you watch 80s and early 90s basketball, it was just tougher.
Who's the GOAT?
Lakers Celtics, man. It was crazy.
The GOAT? Who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT?
Kareem for me personally.
I still gotta go with MJ. MJ did it. And as much as I hated the Bulls, like as older I get, I respect that dude more. But like MJ, like come on, he did it against and even. The Boston Celtics or the bad boys, they were fucking. I mean, not the Celtics. The Pistons were the bad boys. They were tough. Mm-hmm. He had to go through them. He had to go through Boston. He had to go through the Lakers. So I think Jordan might have had like the hardest road, maybe.
He had a tough one. I mean, he did catch Larry at the tail end. Magic too was also at the tail end when he played him in that final. You know, he kind of came in at the right time, but man, he was cutthroat. He was cutthroat. He was killer.
The Pistons at that time were fucking vicious, man. Like I don't know if you saw that documentary, The Bad Boys. That was a really cool documentary, man.
Yeah, Isaiah and him just constantly chirping at each other and everything. Wow. You know, and a young Dennis Rodman, Joe Dumars, you know, like they had a hell of a team. I mean, for me, I say Kareem because, you know, Kareem, what he meant for civil rights, right, with his advocacy and like putting himself out there like that. 6 NBA titles, just like Jordan. 30,000 more points than Michael Jordan.
Trained by Bruce Lee.
Also won an NCAA title, 3 NCAA titles, an Olympic gold medal. Yep. Yeah, man. So, I mean, he's, for me, you know, I don't know.
I think nobody remembers him either. Yeah, you're right. Because a lot of people don't remember him, like because they remember Jordan because of the 90s. But yeah,
I don't think the LeBron fans know who Kareem is.
LeBron is amazing, though. LeBron is a guy that, like, I think all the bullshit associated with him is what makes people dislike him, like the decision and all that stuff. But you watch the dude play, he's phenomenal. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, I just don't like the flopping. Like sometimes when he doesn't get touched, he's like on the floor, like grabbing his face. I'm like, they didn't even touch you, guy. Like, what are you doing?
That's your boy, Sailor. That's your boy.
No. I'm a Clipper fan. I'm not.
Okay. Respect, bro. Respect, man.
But see, the thing about
I'm a Nets fan. I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan.
Jesus!
And I go back to the Jersey days too, so I can understand, you know, being second fiddle in the city. You know, I get it.
But the thing is, the owner of the Clippers, he actually went to my high school. My neighborhood in Boyle Heights used to be predominantly Jewish. Mm-hmm. And so the owner, he went to Roosevelt High School. The funny thing is, the girl that he got in trouble with, V. Stiviano, went to Roosevelt too, my high school. And I remember,
in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I was like, this chick's 18. How does she have breast implants already? She was already stripping. No, she was already stripping, and she would tell some of the cheerleaders at my high school, like, yo, there's these parties that these millionaires have, and we just go, we hook up with them, and if you get knocked up, you'll get taken care of for the rest of your life. And these bras would go get knocked up, and then like because they were already married, some of these millionaires, they would just pay hush money for these bras to like keep it quiet. I know a couple of these bras, man. Horrible.
Makes sense though. It makes sense. I mean, guys that powerful, you know what I'm saying? You got these young girls, they probably don't come from a good background, you know, it's an easy sell. I get it completely. Sterling, right? That's his name?
Yeah, Donald Sterling, yeah.
Didn't they make a miniseries where Al Bundy played him?
Yeah. That guy, like in LA, he was known for being like a scumbag, but that's why, like, I like my dad always says, I'd rather have him be an open scumbag than be a secret scumbag. At least you know where he stands.
Yeah, true. Sure. That makes a lot of sense, man. That's cool though, man. Clippers fan, mad respect, man. Mad respect. I mean, it's not an easy road.
No, and it's a lot easier because we know we're like not gonna make the playoffs or not gonna win a championship. So it's kind of like, we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, we're just here to hang out. You know, we're just here for the fun. How's the new arena, by the way?
You know what? I haven't been able to go to check it out yet. Like, because I heard that the tickets are kind of like hard to get. But to be honest, a lot of the stuff out here in LA, I rarely go out just because of traffic, man. I'm like,
that's what I hear. That's what I hear from a lot of people that are out in LA. I mean, like, I have family that they lived all over the West Coast, right? But they were mainly like in Vegas, Henderson area, you know, and then they would go to Tucson, Seattle, like all, and they all say the same thing. They would go to like LA to either catch a soccer game, go see like, you know, the Galaxy playing like New York City, because, you know, that's who we support out here. And so like they would go to that or NFL games, and it was like at halftime, almost everybody leaves. Yeah. Because the traffic. You know,
it's such bullshit. That's why I tell. And plus, LA is full of transplants because not everybody from LA is from LA. So like, if you go to like a Chargers game or a Rams game, it's half and half almost, because like there's a lot of New Yorkers, a lot of Texans, a lot of like people from Minnesota, Cleveland. Like you go to a Cleveland Chargers game here in LA, half the crowd's gonna be Cleveland fans. Yeah, it's freaking weird. Like it's like, but it's because LA didn't have a team for so long. And we had a bunch of transplants that now it's just half and half, you know?
Right. Yeah, I hear it's the same thing for the Raiders games, like with my family in Vegas. They say the same thing, that it's like most of the Raiders fans, like the hardcore Raider fans, like the black hole, they're there. They're all down there, right? But like you get a lot more of like the opposite team's fans.
And that's I think it's because Raiders play in Vegas, so it's like a family vacation for everybody that's like from another team. Which is pretty cool. That's what I thought they should have done in LA. I think LA should have not got a team. They should have just put 8 road games from like teams all over the city or from different states to just play in LA. And then you could have got the Cowboys in Arizona in LA one week. You could have got the Raiders and maybe like Miami a week after, and I still think the tickets would have sold.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting when the A's go to Vegas. You know, like I wonder how that's going to work. You know,
I mean, the Raiders worked out fine. I think they got a hockey team now there too. The Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, but are the prices like WWE WrestleMania 43?
I heard about that, bro.
Well, the price is going to be like that.
I heard that they were charging.
What is it, like $30,000 for a front row seat or something?
Yeah, dude, they're getting a little crazy with that, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly that they're really going to price out a lot of like their legacy fans, you know, because that's the thing. It's like me, you know, I'm a father too, so like we used to go to the holiday show at MSG every year, right? And that was like our thing to do. Now they canceled it, you know, and even if they didn't cancel it, they're going to price us out. You know what I mean? And it sucks because like my kids, they're going to watch wrestling, but they're, you know, the live experience is what makes it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you could be a fan of a team, you know, like, but when you go see your team, like you get that extra connection, and that's just what makes you a fan for life. Kids not having that, families not having that, man. I think it's going to hinder the product, man.
Yeah, well, because I mean, but everything's like getting marketed out. Even the ring has like last time they took out some tables, like somebody go through them, they had the Slim Jim stickers on the table. And I'm like, wow, really?
Yeah, man, it's nuts, man. I mean, but that's the commercialization of it all, man. I mean, you know, pretty much wherever there's money to be made, that's what it's going to be. I mean, like, you know, you remember like baseball, man. They didn't have any sponsors on the jerseys. Now they got sponsors on the jerseys. You know, you go to a stadium. Yeah, basketball too. I mean, you know, I used to go to Yankee Stadium, man, and there was like some advertisements. Now it's like every square inch of Yankee Stadium is covered in advertising.
Same thing with Dodger Stadium. Ever since Magic bought it, I get it. It's gotten a lot better. Like they revamped it because I remember going there in the 80s, 90s when it was like literally like they would give away tickets because not a lot of people were going to Dodger games, so a lot of gangbangers would go. So you would see it like in the outfield section, and you would see just dudes throwing signs, and I'm like, shit, and it would be fights.
Trying to get on a Titantron?
Yeah.
Dude, it looked like a fucking American Me, bro. Like it was like the outfield was just gangbanger central, bro.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, but now, ever since that guy got beat up, I don't know if you guys remember that Giant fan that got beat up.
Yeah,
What?
I saw that.
After
That's
that,
crazy.
Yeah, because there's always a bunch of fucking idiots, and I'm like, it's a fucking game. Get over it. Why are you trying to fight after the game? Like something's in your life's not right that you're looking for a fight. But like a lot of guys used to show up like Dodger, even Raider fans are some of the most annoying people on the planet out here too. Like LA is a big Raider town still, but like I went to a bar a while back with a buddy of mine who's a Raider fan, and we had another buddy of mine who's a Bronco fan, and my buddy, the Raider fan, went in the bathroom to take a piss, and some other Raider fans like, hey, you guys see that Bronco fan? We should jump him. And my homies are like, hey, that's my homie. He's a Bronco fan, but he's my friend. He's all like, well, fuck that, bro. Why are you hanging out with a Bronco fan? I'm like, he's a friend. And why do you want to fight a guy wearing a Bronco jersey? We're out here to watch the game. But it's the stupid, ignorant mentality that a lot of fools have.
Yeah, totally, man. And then, alcohol only, accelerates the stupidity. People start acting up even more. I mean, out in Yankee Stadium, the most is like the bleacher creatures. I mean, when we play the Red Sox, though, it does get kind of heated, not gonna lie. I mean, there is some hatred there, but it was more so back in the day. Like after they won in 2004, it kind of died down a little bit, And I've been to Fenway Park twice, and Fenway Park, it gets pretty crazy out there. But it is a little ridiculous because it's just like, yo, dude, like, yeah, you're a fan, but like none of these fucking people know who you are. Like, you're gonna ruin your life for this?
I always go back to that Bronx tale where like if your dad when what's his name tells Kajolgio, the little kid, what did he tell him?
Something about Mickey Mantle or
if your dad needed money for the rent, will Mickey Mantle help him out? So what the fuck do you care about Mickey Mantle? And I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true, dude. I mean, like even with soccer, right? So like I go to a lot of New York City games. I was a big supporter of the team. I went there for their championship run. I flew out to Portland to watch them play in the final. Chino from the Deftones was there too.
I saw them too. I saw them here in LA at the Palladium.
Oh, sick, man. That's cool, man. Chino was out there, and so like we have a rivalry with the New York Red Bulls, right? So it's like Red Bulls is kind of like our version of the Galaxy, and we're more like LAFC, So like, and it's mostly like Hispanic people, like, they have Hispanic people too, but it's a lot of people who like live in the suburbs and stuff like that. Whereas like New York City is more like the core, like 5 boroughs, New York area, Hispanic people, people at every walks of life. Right. So, we have beef with them, but sometimes it feels like early on it felt a little manufactured, you know what I mean? But after they beat us 7-0 in our home stadium, Yankee Stadium, that was it. Like that was like, we hate these motherfuckers. I mean, it's just, but luckily we won a championship first before they did. They've been around almost 30 years and we won a title before they did. So, needless to say, that just made the things, kind of amplify a little more.
No, yeah. Same thing out here with the Ducks, because when the Ducks won the first Stanley Cup before the Kings did, because the Kings were out here for a long time, I was kind of pissed. Then the Kings won too, so I was like, but we got a lot of bad. We had Kopitar, so like, but I don't know. It's a weird thing out here with Orange County and LA, because the Angels and Ducks usually are Orange County, but they're trying to claim Los Angeles County now. They're like, no, you guys are Orange County, bro. You're not fucking LA, but
right.
But there is a big rivalry between Anaheim and LA out here.
So that's a thing, right? Like, because I always wondered about the whole like Angels dynamic versus like the Dodgers dynamic, and then I remember like when they were the California Angels, and then like okay, they're the what is it the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim?
Yeah, like, they try to get more LA fans by giving them that name.
Yeah, like try saying that drunk 10 times, So,
I like the Anaheim Angels. The Anaheim Angels had like it sounded cool.
Makes sense. Double A. You know what I'm saying?
MCO.
And the Ducks, it's like I get that too, but like at least they're like the Anaheim Ducks, I respect that.
And I give a lot because I got a lot. When I was in the Coast Guard, I had a lot of homies from Orange County that lived out there, and they were just Angels and Ducks fans. But I was like, they would invite me to games, and I'm like, nah, bro, I would never go to an Angels game. Like, screw that. Like, I wouldn't go to a freaking Ducks game. Like, now that I'm a little older, I maybe regretted it, but like, I'm a Dodger guy. I'm not gonna go to a freaking Angel game, even though I go to the Angel Stadium. I think.
Really interesting. Yeah. I mean, like I've been to Mets games. My dad was a Mets fan. My mom was a Yankee fan. So like growing up, my dad would get me Mets gear. My mom would give me Yankees gear. and there's pictures of me in both. Because like my mom would see me in the Mets gear, take it off, put on the Yankee gear. Then my dad would see the Yankee gear, take it off, put on the Mets gear. And then finally my grandma took me to a game. Like she made me some, some like rice and beans and fried chicken. And she's like, we're going out. And we walked to Yankee Stadium. And that was it. She made me a Yankee fan. So, it's kind of the same thing. Like even with hockey out here, like I'm a Devils guy, right? But like
you have to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the Rangers, the Rangers are the Rangers, but it's like a generational thing. Like more the old school guys are more Rangers fans because the Devils came in like the 80s. So, when I was a kid, the Devils were happening, man. You had fucking Scotty Stevens and fucking Martin Brodeur, Patrick Elias. You had all those guys. So it was like there was an allure to them.
Putty from Seinfeld too, dog.
Oh yeah, dude, Putty.
Yeah, man.
The devil. Yeah.
No, yeah, but it is interesting because I got a couple of cousins in Chicago, and I assumed that they were Cubs fans, but like nah, they hate the Cubs fans because they're the snobs of the city. A lot my cousins are White Sox fans, and we're my cousins would be like, we're Southsiders, bro. We're not fucking Cubs fans. And I was always thinking like, well, everybody's a Cubs fan, I'm like, no, Chicago got their White Sox fans too.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I mean, it's big. They are a historic franchise. They've been around forever. I mean, they haven't been, a winning franchise, but neither are the fucking Cubs. I mean, like the Cubs, the allure is the stadium, and the history and all that stuff. That's the allure for them, And
I've been to that stadium is kind of nice because they got bars all around it, so like you get fucked up right before you go in a game, man.
Yeah, man. And baseball games are great for that too, because it's so long.
Not out here in LA though, because LA kind of sucks because they don't let you tailgate. The cops are kind of assholes. Like if they see you drinking a beer in the parking lot, they're like, "Hey, you got to get inside the stadium. You can't drink out here." And like, there's no real bars like right outside the stadium unless you walk a couple miles up to it, which is like you don't want to do that in the summertime. It's like fuck that. I want to show up to my seat.
That's fucking lame, man.
Yeah.
That's
but the only crazy thing is that now Dodger Stadium, since Magic took over, they did remodel a lot of it. So there's like food everywhere. There's barbecue. There's freaking hot dogs.
Wait, are we talking about the 80s MJ Magic?
Yeah, Magic Johnson.
He bought a big chunk of the Dodgers.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why he's always at the games, man.
Oh, yeah. I thought he had a little spot with the Lakers stadium on the team.
I think he owns a chunk of the Lakers. He owns a chunk of the fucking Dodgers. He owns a chunk of a bunch of theaters out here. Like he's a freaking millionaire now. Or
he's even involved with the soccer teams too, man. I think it's like Galaxy or LAFC. One of them.
I was gonna be real low and say he's a survivor.
Yeah.
He had the money to survive. He had the money to survive, definitely.
Him and Charlie Sheen are out here partying, man.
Wow, yeah, Charlie Sheen. I saw that documentary, man.
I did too. I just saw it last night.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
Yeah, pretty interesting, man. I kind of lost a little bit of not respect, but like when he said that we started doing crack, started hooking up with dudes. I was like, God damn.
Did he talk about the Crisco incident with the Corey
he said it was fake. He said it was fake.
Yeah.
He said he was thinking about suing, but he was like, nah, what's the point?
Even his mom debunked it too.
Oh, so it's fake then. It's fake news.
Oh, yeah. Corey Haim's mom even said like, nah, that never happened.
Oh damn! But
I heard that shit though, like about like the hypersexualization when people do like lots of crack, because like you get to a point where it's like you don't even give a fuck. You just want to get high and you want to feel good. So like they just consciously like do like a bunch of shit, like. So I mean, it kind of makes sense from a chemical perspective. But even so, whatever, man. He's still fucking Rick Vaughn. It's all good. So. Yeah, but it was fucking interesting, man. I mean, like the amount of drugs though that guy did was just like, holy shit! How are you not dead?
And I think it was 47,000 women, 4,700,000 women that he fucked. That he said.
Wow.
Jeez,
wow.
How do you keep count?
I mean, look, who had the record? Will, right? No, Will Chamberlain.
Yeah, Will Chamberlain, definitely.
I think Will Chamberlain had the record at I think it was like 100,000 or something like that, or
Jesus, dude.
He says that since high school he would fuck 2 girls a day sometimes.
Wow.
And I'm like, so he did. That's how he did the math. But I'm saying
like
Ron
doesn't even remember,
I mean, he doesn't look. I mean, dude. He's not a fucking. I'm sorry, Charlie Sheen's not really a handsome dude. He's not
Well,
like this. He's not like Emilio Estevez, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I think most of them were paid women. They weren't like they were,
okay.
Yeah. He likes professional women.
Yeah. And what did he say? Because somebody asked him, like, why do you pay for it if you can get it? He's all like, I don't pay for the sex. I pay for them to go home. Which I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah, he met Alvin, our buddy Alvin from the studio. And Alvin had nothing, this guy Al had nothing but glowing things to say about him. Said he was a really, really cool guy. Hung out with the crew, too. Was at some event. Was outside smoking cigarettes with the guys that set everything up and chilling with them, instead of hanging out inside with all the hoity-toity folk, you know? So...
Well, he seems like a Joe Schmo, like a regular guy. Except when he's fucking cracked out, but, like...
Yeah.
I mean, I've hung out with, like, rowdy motherfuckers, too, but, like, not to that extreme, you know? Like...
Yeah, that's a lot, man. I mean, I don't know if I could hang like that. I mean, not even in, like, my heyday, let's say, you know, when I was doing all types of stupid shit, you know? Like kicking car mirrors off and shit, like for blocks. You know, we used to call it kicking field goals. So, you know, and, you know, dumb shit like that, you know, or like puking in like fucking vestibules and buildings, like just really fucking idiotic shit, you know?
The ignorance of youth, right?
Yeah. But we're still here. That's the best part. We're still here, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's one of the fucking weirdest things that I'm like, I can't believe I'm still alive. Like, even some of my buddies, when I see them, they look at me like, wow, you're still alive, bro? I'm like, yeah. Jesus Christ. They're like, this is the last time I saw you, you're pretty fucked up behind the wheel, like about to go somewhere, like to a strip club at 3 a.m. I was like, yeah.
So I got a question for both of you guys. You both were in the business, and we both know what business we're talking about here, the sports entertainment business.
Sure.
I want to know both of your experiences and see if they were similar.
Okay. So you were a worker?
I trained for a little bit.
Come on, Danger.
I gave up before I actually did anything.
Let me. What's your worker names? Both of you guys.
It was very dangerous. I was very dangerous.
I originally debuted as the Vandal. And then I went on to become Eddie Better. And then more recently, in my last match in 2013, I wrestled under the name Rasta Kingston Snow. And that gimmick was interesting. That was given to me by Angel Martinez, who's the former booker of Jersey All Pro Wrestling and a brother for sure. And he was watching True Romance, and the character was inspired.
I was gonna call it.
Yeah. Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman character. Because he was asking me, he's like, what do you want to do? And I was just like, yo, give me the worst gimmick you could think of, and I could get it over. And so that's what he came up with. And it got over.
That's interesting. Yeah, but that's funny that you say that like a challenge. Like, give me the worst gimmick and I'll put it over. That's funny how your brain works. Because I'm the same way. Where I try to when I go to comedy shows, I do stand up now. But I tell comedians, like, give me 3 topics that you don't think are funny. And I go up there and I'm like, I'm gonna try to make them funny. I like a challenge like that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, and you know, if you believe in your abilities, then you can take chicken shit and turn it into chicken salad. You know?
Yeah.
And that's
like fucking Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Yeah. Every gimmick they gave him, he made it work.
Greatest wrestler of all time, Cody Rhodes. Shout out to Macho.
The mustache gimmick, I loved when he was dashing.
Oh, yeah.
We gave him the fucking that Stardust gimmick to bury him, and he still got it over.
Yeah.
No matter what, he was like, "Yeah, you guys can't keep me down. I'll make this shit."
The mask too, like when Rey Mysterio broke his face, and he was wearing the mask, and it became a whole thing. He was like, "Oh, I'm hideous," like, you know, he was grotesque. Like, it was cool, man. It was
everything
cool.
he touched, yeah. And that's the thing about the best wrestlers are like, whatever they give you, make it work. Make it work. Yeah. It could be the stupidest shit, but you got to make it work. And that's pretty interesting that you think about it like that.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy like I look at working more so in like the moves are a vehicle to get the character and the story over, right? But the story and the character itself is the most central part. And for me, if you don't connect with the audience, nobody's gonna give a fuck. I see guys go out there and they'll wrestle 20-minute classics, you know, with all these moves and all this great stuff, but nobody gives a shit. Crickets. You know what I'm saying? But then you get a guy, well, that's a whole other thing. But, you know, you get guys that go out there that understand the art of working a crowd and might do, psychology, might do 3 or 4 moves. But those 3 or 4 moves, when they hit them, will matter, you know?
Yeah. I went to a Lucha Libre show down in San Diego a while back, and there was this 3-on-3 match where it was like this young kid, looked like a buff Rey Mysterio, like prime Rey Mysterio, and he was doing all these fucking flips, all these spins, fucked up a spot where he kind of landed like on his neck, and they had to carry him out. And on the other side of that squad was this fat, obese fucking wrestler, luchador, like Nacho Libre plus a couple extra 100 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Fucker didn't do shit but fuck with the crowd, and the crowd was loving it. Like, he would step in the ring ready to lock up, and then he would stop, go back outside and argue with his lady. Like, he would hide behind the fucking pole. Like, he was doing like a bunch of little stupid shit, but he had the crowd fired up, as opposed to the kid that was doing all the flips who nearly killed himself. So I get what you mean about connecting with the crowd is way more important sometimes, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Lucha Libre, it's like a good rudo is always going to make the technical look good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you got a guy that gets it. Oh, I love Dirty Dom. That's my dude. That's my dude. Hell yeah.
But again, that motherfucker's been watching it since he was a kid. Like, he watched his dad, he watched Eddie, he grew up in it, so that's why he's so smart that he doesn't rush anything. Like, if you notice, like, he just takes his sweet ass time, like, to hate me. Like, that motherfucker's a genius, man.
He really is. And I think the thing about him that separates him from kids in his age group is that he actually listens to advice. Yeah. You know, he's like, hey, I want to be under your learning tree. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know, and even CM Punk had mentioned that he kind of like mentor him, you know, and CM Punk is a guy that understands psychology. He understands being over with the crowd. So, you know, any wisdom that he could pass on to him, it's only going to make him better. But I think Dom's going to be one of the biggest names in the wrestling business for a long time to come, man.
I think so too. I just needs to get a little bit more mass, I think, like to get in that position. Because I mean, third generation. I mean, like, again, he's psychology wise, he knows how to get heat. He knows how to get people to hate him. Like, even when he comes out and people don't let him speak, I'm like, wow, that's major heat, bro.
The other thing too, I think that makes him so special is, like, you know, we've seen a lot of these luchadors like that make the transition to WWE, but like their English just might not be good. You know what I mean? Like Andrade, or, you know, like Del Rio spoke good English, right?
Oh, dude, Andrade was a fucking. I'm sorry, bro.
He was talented, though. He was talented. He was a good wrestler.
You can have talent, man, but he had no fucking pizzazz, no charisma. I don't know.
That's why they need to bring managers back, man. Some of these dudes need managers, dude. Managers were a big part when I was a kid, like Bobby the Brain Heenan, you know, Mafia the South, Jimmy Hart. Some of these guys need a manager. That's why Heyman does well with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar has no mic skills, but that's why he's got Heyman.
Yeah, there's no Vince no more, and Vince didn't really care for managers. Bro, bring managers back, bro.
I agree.
I agree. So, some guys do need it, you know, but with Dom, he's so special because he commands Spanish very well, and he commands English very well. So you know, I mean, you look at what he's doing in AAA. I mean, it's awesome, man.
Greatest AAA champion of all time.
He's incredible. I think he's the future of the business. You know, a lot of people. Obviously, Braun Breaker is the guy you look at, right? You know, no brainer there that guy's going to be a huge star.
He's got no brain.
But Dom, I don't know. Like, Dom, he's got a different swagger to him, man. And more importantly, he has a connection with the audience. You know, he has a connection to the audience. That as soon as that music hits, you get a reaction.
He's got a hot Latin wife.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's trending upward, man. So I definitely see him as the future. For me personally, I like him more than MJF. MJF is a guy very talented.
Yeah.
But I like him more.
MJF is pretty talented. MJF is funny.
He is, but it's the same shtick. Like, it's just kind of been like repetitive with him.
I'm surprised nobody smacked him in the face doing that gimmick outside, bro. Seriously, I'm surprised putting the middle fingers in front of kids. I'm surprised like a father just been like, bap.
But see, there you go. That's the reaction he wanted. Like, I'm surprised nobody smacked him yet. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly, man. Plus, people, you buy a ticket to a show, man. You know, you're buying a ticket to be in on it. You know what I mean? Like, so the
if you
more
can afford it,
the better.
Yeah.
Well, AEW you can afford.
I actually went to the forum to go check out AEW's Friday night show one time. So and it's pretty cool. Like the only thing is that I don't know, AEW doesn't sell out as much as like WWE out here. Like the AEW shows, it was like half the crowd, and they had to move them to like.
Did a pillow come with the ticket?
Yeah, they give but like out
their
here,
shows are too long. That's the problem, man.
Yeah, and out here they have so many arenas that even like on the outskirts of LA, there's another arena they did out here in Ontario where they even have like WWE live shows. And I'm like, wow, like it's kind of crazy how they do Staples Center, they did SoFi for WrestleMania, they got the Forum, and they got this new arena out here, and the Clippers arena. So it's like 5 arenas out here, like within like a say 35-mile radius, where they could just do a show at every spot. Right.
Yeah, no, it's really something, man. I mean, and WWE, I don't know, I just think that they're in a little bit of a tough spot with the affordability thing, but I think if the numbers start to decline or whatever the case might be, man, the powers that be are going to make the decision to keep it going.
Well, they're going to have to, man, because I don't know where they're getting a lot of this Saudi money, and it's like, I get it. The people at the top are getting it, not the people at the bottom.
Saudi Arabia just bought EA Sports. I'm starting to think that they're going to buy WWE or TKO in general. Yeah, they bought the video game company.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Yeah, man. It's
Are
crazy.
Are they going to, like, what, bring back Madden, make it better? Like, what are they going to do with it?
I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna do, but hopefully it's something. I mean, I play Madden, I play FIFA. I still call it FIFA. I don't give a fuck.
What do they call it now?
FC.
What the fuck is that?
Football club.
When the hell did they change that?
Some years back.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I like FIFA, bro, and I don't even watch soccer, dude. And I just call it FIFA.
That's what everybody calls it. That's what nobody calls it.
Wait. Is that just a United States thing, bro? FC?
No,
the rest of the world still calling it FIFA?
It's global. It's global because FIFA took their endorsement off of it. So because they got to pay FIFA rights to use that.
Wait, so who's using FIFA? Who's
Nobody's
FIFA
using
now?
FIFA. FIFA took itself out of the gaming world. That's it.
What?
Yeah.
Make no money instead of a little bit of money.
They make a lot of money. They make a lot of money.
Even recently, they brought back the NCAA football game, but I heard that now they got to pay some of the players now.
Yeah, that whole thing is nuts.
They're paying college kids now.
Oh yeah, it's been a thing. But because a couple years ago, there was this player on the cover of the basketball one, NCAA basketball, and he said, like, if you guys are using my likeness to sell video games, why can't I get some money off of it? And they were like, you can't. So then this guy started making his own T-shirt brand, and he started selling shirts. And they said, like, well, you can't sell those shirts because you're using the popularity of yourself on the as a basketball player. I'm like, well, wait a minute, how come you guys, the NCAA, can make money off my likeness, but I can't make money off my own likeness? This is weird. And so they were fighting for the longest. So now they said, like, all right, you can pay college players. It's called NIL money.
Yep, next in line. Yeah.
Wait, does that go towards like their scholarship or something like that, or paying off the school?
Money for them. Just money for them.
Wow. So there's no more under the table Ferraris and shit.
Now it's open. But in a way, it's kind of gonna be a little bit more fair because now the teams that, like, for example, like Alabama and the SEC teams, who used to, like, I'm not gonna say they paid under the table, but they call Florida State Free Shoe University for a reason.
Right. And
I'm not gonna lie. Even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did show up with a brand new Trans Am to fucking freshman basketball practice at UCLA. So it's been going on for a while.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Like now people know. Like, there was a quarterback that came from Tennessee to UCLA because I think he was gonna get $4 million at Tennessee, and he took a pay cut by $2 million to come to UCLA, thinking he was gonna get more money later on. But it's just weird because even Saban said, you're not going to get loyalty from players anymore because motherfuckers are going to go wherever the money's at.
Yeah, it's true, man. I wonder how much of that's like down to like imaging rights and stuff, right? Because it's like these universities are making a ton of money when you throw some of these players up on a billboard. So it's like, it's only fair that they get
jersey money too?
You got to think so, right?
I think if you get your jersey, you weren't able to go to a place where you could sign them and they would pay you. Like Johnny Manziel, when he was playing for Texas A&M, I think, they wouldn't. He wasn't allowed to take any money, but he would go to these like baseball card places, auctions, take a bunch of jerseys and then sell them, and he would get paid like $30,000 for an hour of him just signing autographs. So now they're allowed to do that, but they should have been allowed to do that back in the days. Like I'm like, a lot of these fans are going to go see your team, and they're putting a lot of money into your school. Let these fuckers make a little bit of money, you know.
And you got to think too. I mean, how many of these guys are really going to peak just at college? Like some of them might not go pro. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like
end up with these like fucked up knees, fucked up elbows. Like they don't. You're fucked after your 4 years of eligibility in college. So it's kind of like let them make their money as fast as they can, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. They have a limited shelf life, dude. So it's like, fuck it, maximize it while you can, because it's not a guarantee that every one of them is going to get into the NFL, you know?
But this is the other thing that I found interesting, because I don't know if you ever heard that bitch about Ryback. That Ryback said that he didn't think it was fair that he jobbed a lot, because that way John Cena makes more money than him. But that's the job of a jobber, you know, or the place of the heel is to make a superstar better. But he was trying to say that, yes, but because I'm losing, this guy's looking like a star, and I'm not making as much money because I'm losing on purpose. So I don't know. I found that interesting. I don't know. He's wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, I people have been trying to do that forever, man. You know, I mean, going back to like Jesse Ventura, right? And I don't know. I think just the boys are too greedy for something like that to happen. But as far as like Ryback's concerned and like that kind of comment, like I understand how he feels, but it's like unless you're like super over on the level of a John Cena, then I can understand you saying, okay, you know, I'm killing it in merch like he is.
Right, maybe but that's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. Like, how can I be over if you guys keep asking me to job? And that's why, like, it's kind of like, and even Big Show, when Big Show was in WCW, like he said, like, look, I'm the biggest heel you guys got, and you guys are paying me nothing, while Hogan and Goldberg and all these guys are making millions, but they need me, the Giant, to vanquish. So that's why he went to WWE. He's all like, screw that. You guys are paying me like the bare minimum, and I'm like in every main event. Like, screw that, I'll go to WWF. And, like, again, there you could see both sides, you know?
I do. I mean, I look at it from the perspective of, like, you know, you're signed to the deal you're signed to. How they use you is how they want to use you. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're their little piece of clay. They can mold you into whatever they want you to be. But it's your responsibility to be prepared, to look the part, and to utilize every opportunity that you can to get yourself noticed and get yourself over with the audience more to be able to increase your merchandise sales.
And vice versa, when WCW signed Mike Awesome just said, I don't have to really try because these fuckers are putting me in a 70s gimmick. And Mike Awesome, he stopped trying. He's like, I don't really have to put my body on the line. I don't really have to fucking have good matches because I'm getting paid regardless. When he got the guaranteed paycheck, he kind of like dumbed it down.
Thank you, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And Mike Awesome was a killer, man. Yeah. And ECW and FMW, man. I remember watching those tapes of him and like Masato Tanaka when he was like Gladiator Mike Awesome. Yeah, man. Hayabusa, R.I.P. The legend Hayabusa. You know, like, yeah, dude, he was an animal. But it's true. I mean, it's a lot of those guys. They went there, and you know, they kind of just got complacent, man, for the guaranteed money. You know, so. Yeah. I think that gave Vince a little bit more of an edge in that sense.
I think so too, yeah.
Well, that ruined the invasion as well.
Yeah. Because all those fuckers were like, I'd rather just stay at home than fucking go.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, you're right about that, D. Yeah, it did ruin the invasion angle because all those guys, they were just sitting at home collecting. And it's like, man, that was like such a bummer, that angle. Like, right? Because it's like, it's everything you wanted. And then it finally happens. And it's like.
To be honest, my happy is I was just happy WWE got RVD because RVD I thought RVD in the invasion angle he was the best wrestler there.
Yeah,
and I mean I always said that run that RVD had as television champion as opposed to Goldberg's run, I was like, why are people Goldberg fans? That fucker sucks. Watching RVD man. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I never wanted Goldberg.
Me neither. Me neither.
Those RVD matches that he had with Jerry Lynn, like with anybody he fucking put in there with, I was like. RVD's 1,000 times better. He's like, well, why does it take him 30 minutes to win a match? I'm like, are you? I can't argue with you then. Like, yeah, you want Goldberg and 2 moves. That's impressive. But RVD, a 30-minute RVD match isn't impressive. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, the Goldberg thing I never understood. I think that was kind of just like a Southern thing, you know, like I don't know. Yeah, because like I mean, as far as like top guys are concerned, I dug Stone Cold Steve Austin more, you know, during that time, you know, because he was much more entertaining. And RVD, you know, was another one, man. He was a phenomenal wrestler. I mean, I got to see him a bunch of times in ECW.
Yeah, I think Goldberg was also no steak, man.
Yeah, he was the shits. He was the drizzling shits. You know, shout out Bret Hart.
Jesus Christ!
For keeping the feud alive.
That guy will not let it go, bro. I swear to God, dude. It's like, I mean, bro.
As he should not. There he
is, the Hitman. Nice.
As he should not, bro.
Yeah.
You don't think he should let it go? Come on, guys.
It's because, man, Goldberg. I don't know if you even seen that match that Goldberg had with Undertaker in Saudi Arabia.
Yes, I did. It was very, very, very.
Even Undertaker was like, "What the fuck are you doing, bro?" He nearly killed him, man.
Yeah.
He nearly killed the Undertaker in that match. Like even Undertaker after the match was like, "What the fuck?" Like, Goldberg is a horrible piece of shit, man. I'm sorry. He should not be in the ring. He was untalented. The one match he had with Regal, where Regal stretched him out.
Is Bret Hart gonna pop up on this stream? Dude, what's going on here, bro?
I'm just saying, he was the worst piece of shit ever.
Nah, he was lousy, man. I mean, and you know, there's no hiding that. I mean, I think a lot of it, you know, is him. You know, he tried at some point to maybe improve a little bit, but I blame WCW, man. I think WCW should have trained him and should have been, you know, I mean, they needed somebody to kind of be their Stone Cold Steve Austin, so to speak, in terms of like, you know, a big draw, menacing top guy. And like, it was right place, right time. But I mean, he was the drizzling shit. Like he was fucking lousy. And nobody at any point in time was just like, maybe we should like train this guy. Maybe we should like work with him. Maybe we should do something with this guy to help him out, you know?
Yeah. That's why I don't blame Bret for being pissed off, man.
I love it. I'm all for petty Bret. I love it. It's a highlight. It's a highlight to me. Anytime Bret says something bad about anybody.
I know Bret wanted a cut of his Saudi Arabia money.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I saw that.
He said it live.
Yeah. I mean,
you can't get money after the fact. You get hurt. Like you can't. I don't like.
Well, he said he cost him about $20 million or something.
Probably, yeah.
Close to that.
Bret wants reparations, man. That's what Bret wants. He wants reparations. You know. Yeah, it's great though. Like, I mean, it's a shame, you know, because we probably could have had Bret a little bit longer, and maybe he might have ended up going back. You know.
But see, same thing with Ravishing Rick Rude. Ravishing Rick Rude when he fucked with his neck, like, and then sometimes it's just wrestlers. Like it's your time to go. Like it kind of sucked, but I mean, what if Bret would have never left WWE? Like he probably would have had a longer career. Would probably had a better career. But it just shit happens, you know. That's why the older I get, the more like me and my buddies always have the Montreal screw job. Like who was right, Vince, Shawn, or Bret? Like we were like who was right, and in my head I'm like all of them were kind of right. Like nobody was wrong. Like there's no wrong. Like
I think Vince and Shawn were right. I'm sorry, and I love Bret. But I think Bret had to do his fucking job, you know?
Okay.
That's me.
But, okay, there you go. But at the same time, Bret gave you his word as a guy who has given his word his whole fucking life and busted his back for you. The least you could have done is been like, all right, Bret, I trust you. But Vince didn't trust. That's what I'm saying. There is no wrong.
Vince was paranoid.
Yeah.
He was paranoid, yeah.
But everybody was kind of right, like, in that situation. Like the older I get, the more I was like, fuck Vince, he screwed over Bret.
Well, I mean, was that before what's her name dropped the belt in the garbage can or after?
That's why Vince didn't want him to go with the belt.
But here's the funny thing though, Medusa.
This is why, I'm sorry, Medusa.
Yeah, Medusa.
In hindsight, for me personally, I think I would like to think that Bret would have done the right thing.
Oh yeah,
right?
100%.
There's no guarantees, right? But I would like to think that. But the reason why I think that Bischoff wouldn't have done it is because Bischoff was already getting sued by Vince for the Medusa dropping the belt in the garbage. So I don't think Eric wanted to pile on any other more lawsuits along with the one that he was already dealing with. You know what I mean? So, but I get what you're saying. Like, and I understand all the perspectives. You know what I'm saying? I'm also of the belief, and Scott Hall put this out there, that it's one of the greatest works of all time. It's one of the greatest works of all time.
That's the other thing that me and my buddies were talking about. What if it's all a work? Because I even told my buddies, I guarantee you, like, this was right after it kind of happened. Maybe a couple years after, I said Brett's gonna come back to WWE. He's like, dude, him and Vince hate each other. I'm like, dude, it's money. Vince is all about money. And then they came back. They had that horrible match where Brett already had the stroke, so he could barely put him in the sharpshooter. But I told my friends, I'm like, dude, money's money. Like, if it sells, I think Vince will fucking do it. So
yeah,
nobody thought that would happen. Nobody thought they would see Sting in a ring. Nobody thought CM Punk would come back. Nobody thought the NWO would be on there. Nobody thought Brett would be back. And I'm like, dude, it's wrestling, bro. You never say never.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, man. I mean, everybody that pretty much could come back did come back. Nobody thought Brock was going to come back. He came back. Nobody thought AJ Lee was going to come back. AJ Lee came back.
Yeah, wasn't that the last of the Mohicans to come back? Was AJ?
I mean, Moxley. Moxley's probably the last one left, right? Moxley, Jericho, those guys, right? Like the former,
Edge is going to be back, isn't Edge coming back to fight Cena?
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see
it. Cena's last match?
I think he's still under contract with AEW. I don't think he'd be allowed to
until October 2nd. That's what's got. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's they wrote him off TV so that he could go film Percy Jackson again. Because he's a part of that series.
Edge?
Yeah. Edge is in Percy Jackson. Yeah. So I mean, we thought we knew him, but here he is. Here he is. Showing us something new. So
now, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Since Cena is retiring, do you think Orton will break the record? And should he break the record?
I think it should be a younger guy. I don't think Randy needs
Orton's
to
the only one,
the
closest one. Orton's at 14, right?
I think it should be Braun Breaker one day. That's what I think. I think it should be.
That's going to be
right.
10, 15 years in the future. I'm talking about right now.
Right now, I think John should just have that distinction personally. I think he should have that distinction,
So you don't think Orton should tie him?
I don't think so, man. And I love Randy. Don't get me wrong. I love Randy's a fucking certified legend.
You can't have Cena without Randy.
Do you think Cena really did beat the record? Because Flair said he had over 21.
Ric Flair says a lot of things. I take it all with a grain of salt, unless I saw it with my own eyes. And I hung out and drank with him once, so...
I think I remember I used to buy the PWF 500 booklet, and I think Jerry the King Lawler in Memphis has a record for the World Championships because he would lose it, win it back, lose it, win it back, lose it, win it back. Like I think he has like a record of like 50 world titles or something like that. But it was in Memphis, so it's like a Memphis world title. It doesn't really count, but it's like every month we lose a fucking championship and then win it back a month later.
Yeah. I mean, I think Cena it's so special because of the longevity.
Yeah.
But Randy too. You could argue that point for Randy too. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying though, and he's still there. Cena's retiring. Yeah. Randy's going to be around for another maybe 2 years, 3 maybe.
Yeah.
I got a question for you two guys.
What's up?
Okay, now the PWI 100 just came out, right?
500.
500. I'm sorry.
My homie's on it, I think.
Now we all know Cody Rhodes number 1.
Yeah.
Right? Now I'm gonna throw 2 names out there. Moxley's number 2.
No, what?
Now dig this. CM Punk is 15. How the fuck is that?
What year is this?
This is this year, brother.
Really?
The new list just came out.
I don't know. I don't know. Too.
It smells like PWI trying to big up AEW. That's what that smells like, personally. Because and look, no offense to Jon Moxley. I've met Jon Moxley before. He wrestled on a charity show after my house burnt down for me, because he was in town. One of the nicest people I've ever met in the business. But I mean, we can't honestly look at that.
Top 20 right there. Top 20.
He did not have a better year than Gunther. He did not have a better year than Jey Uso. I mean, some of these other guys. What
about Hiroki Goto?
Hiroki Goto had a good year, but I mean, I don't think it's as good as, let's say, a Gunther or a Jey Uso. I mean,
Mystico
did some good work in Mexico, and I guess if you want to grade it from like a technique perspective, like a Dave Meltzer Pro Wrestling Observer perspective, yes, absolutely. But
5-star matches.
But compared to these guys, come on, you know.
Should Obiafemi be higher than CM Punk?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Obafemi is a very talented guy, and I can't wait for him to get to the main roster. But CM Punk fucking printed money wherever he went.
Should Okada be higher than CM Punk?
No. And he's an amazing wrestler too. I love Okada, but
Offspring.
No.
Hangman Page.
Did Zokre make the top 500? Zokre?
Let's see. Zokre.
Shout out Mike Santana at number 37. That's cool.
Chris Jericho, 54.
Dirty Dom, 48.
Shinsuke, 63. Let me see. Zokre.
Shinsuke 63, and Shinsuke hasn't wrestled since June. How does that work?
Again, yeah, it might be like you said, like who does the rankings?
It's PWI. It's the writers at PWI that do. See, like where's El Grande Americano?
That's true.
That's my question.
I don't see your boy Zokre, but it's like 500.
Yeah,
Gringo Loco's there though.
Jack Jester. I don't know.
Shout out Jay Lethal, man. One of my first opponents when I was breaking into wrestling, a guy I used to have fun training with, and one of the best guys doing it still right now.
Yeah, but I'll check it out later, because I'm pretty sure my homies made the list before. One of my buddies that I used to wrestle with, he actually made the list. I was like, bastard, you made the PWF 500. As a kid, that was like the thing that me and my buddies would always want to get on, and I think I got 2 of my buddies, maybe 3 that grew up out here in the West Coast that actually made the list.
That's what's up, man. What was the indie scene like when you were growing up out there?
It was pretty cool out here.
I'm not familiar with it.
Well, like I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn also wrestled for Pro Guerrilla Wrestling out here.
Mm-hmm.
And that company was pretty hot for a while because they had a lot of super cruiserweights, and one of those shows was like amazing because it was just like stunt after stunt after stunt, and you're like, holy shit. And they had a lot of cool guys out here. I think Samoa Joe. Like Southern California is just weird because it's so spread out, and it's different because it's got lucha, and then we had XPW. Like I wasn't a fan of XPW. I was an ECW guy, but they tried to do the West Coast version of ECW, but it was just very disorganized. Yeah. And then we got Heatwave out here, ECW Heatwave, when they came to visit, which I went to that pay-per-view. Fucking awesome. And then little by little, a lot of those ECW guys started wrestling for XPW, but it just wasn't the same. It's like they were milking it. They were just not even like trying to put on a decent match. They were just come out here, cut themselves in the forehead, and then that's it. But I mean, the Lucha Libre scene was pretty cool because they also had Lucha Underground, that TV show that was out here. It was over here in LA. And they had a couple good shows, and it was a pretty interesting show. Like I liked it, but it didn't last for too long. But it's still pretty cracking out here, man. Like right now, some of my buddies wrestle for a bunch of companies, and they have my buddy Zokre. He runs the Republic of Lucha, which is a Lucha Libre store right here in Pasadena, and I think it's co-owned with Ray Phoenix.
Oh, nice.
Ray Phoenix run it. Well, when Ray's on the road, he'll stay there and run it. So he has that job, and he still runs his Lucha Libre school. So still pretty cool out here, man.
Sick, man. Yeah, I mean, 23 years ago, I guess, or 25 years ago, when I started training to be a wrestler. At that time, the only West Coast companies we knew about, and this is I'm assuming preceding PWG, was All Pro Wrestling, APW. And so APW had Samoa Joe, Frankie Kazarian, Mike Modest, Donovan Morgan, guys like that. And they used to have this tournament called the King of Indies.
Yeah.
And so that's where I saw the West Coast guys that were out there. That was the first time I saw Joe. I remember when Joe used to wear a cutoff t-shirt and karate pants.
Yeah.
You know, he used to wrestle on that. Yeah. And so, like, our big guy out here on the East Coast was Low-Key. Low-Key was the guy out here. And, you know, on Homicide and those guys. And so, you know, they used to go out there and they used to, you know, compete in the King of Indies tournament. We had the Super 8 tournament out here on the East Coast where we would get West Coast guys. But I remember seeing Spanky, American Dragon, all those guys that were out there.
American Dragon was the one that would teach the class out here at that. Remember I told you about that? This place out here called Frankincense. It's a big warehouse where they have comic books, like anything nerd related. But they also had like a wrestling school, and they would have wrestling matches on Saturday. But they had a school, and American Dragon was one of the instructors, and that's when I kind of this was back in like 2001. And that's when I started like training with them. But then like after that, my dad was like, you're gonna get hurt, you know, like why don't you get a job? And that's why I joined the damn Coast Guard after that. And I was just like, I was pissed off. Quit on my dream.
Yeah, I had to do it. I was, you know, with my cousin, you know, we were hell bent on being a tag team. And so, you know, we used to have to take trains and we used to have to take buses. And my mom, you know, was a Latina supporting parent, you know, in the sense that, you know, she would support me, but like she also would be like, you know, go figure out your own way to get out there. And then if I got hurt, she'd be like, well, serves you right, you know, you know, give me shit about it. So, you know, but thankful to my mom, she did drive me to my first show. So that was kind of cool, you know, and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, you know, we used to have to go all over the place. And Jersey All Pro was the big company that was out here. And Jersey All Pro pretty much was Ring of Honor before Ring of Honor was Ring of Honor. You know, I remember Rob Feinstein, who ended up being a creep, by the way, who was, you know, the guy who started Ring of Honor. I remember when he used to sell VHS tapes at the shows. And he was the guy. That's how I was able to see West Coast wrestling. That's how I saw TWA that Shawn Michaels ran, you know, and that's how I saw American Dragon when he still had the mask on and all that stuff. So that was like my taste of West Coast wrestling. And then over time it grew, obviously, you know, Ring of Honor ended up becoming a big company. But, you know, the East Coast, you know, was that's pretty much what we knew about, you know, I mean, for the most part. And we had pretty much everybody come out here. I mean, I saw Christopher Daniels wrestle at Jersey All Pro, you know, CM Punk, AJ Styles, all these guys before they blew up big. Seth Rollins, Kevin Steen, all those guys, you know, Generico.
It's interesting when you see them, like you're like you kind of know, like, oh, that guy's gonna be a star one day. Like I don't know. I always saw that sometimes. Where I'm like, this fucker's good. You know, like you always see certain wrestlers before they make it big.
Yeah, you see the it factor in the guys, you know, like AJ Styles, obviously you watch his match, the guy, phenomenal, sums him up, you know, so you already knew. CM Punk, I remember he was very scrawny, he had his tattoos, he had his blonde hair, he had some cool moves, but he had a certain aura to him, and he could talk a mean line of shit. And I was just like, man, this guy's going to go far. Coincidentally, my cousin and I were there when he fractured his skull at the Rexplex. Yeah, at the Rexplex in Elizabeth. And so they had a Jersey J Cup, they called it, and they basically invited, like, you know, a lot of the top cruiserweights from all over the country to come and compete in this tournament. So that was the first time I met American Dragon, and my cousin and I were huge fans of his. And so he was really awesome. But that was also the first time he met AJ Styles. And so AJ Styles, you know, he's a guy from Georgia. He talks with a Southern accent. And Danielson would just look at him and be like, where are you from? He'd be like, I'm from Georgia. He's like, and everybody in Georgia talks like that? And he's like, yeah. He's like, oh my God, you sound ridiculous. You know, like, he was just making fun of him the whole time. But that was the beginning of their friendship. And so, you know, CM Punk, when we finally saw him wrestle, was very cool. My cousin and I did ring crew. He was super cool with us.
Wait, were you already training when you were on the ring crew?
We were training while we were doing ring crew. Yeah, so
that's basically what they tell you, like, oh, you guys got to pay your dues. Like, then they put you in ring crew. Yeah, I remember that.
Dude, I mean, we had stories, dude. One show, we had to hold up the ring until, like, pretty much the main event was over because the ring was falling apart. So they're like, get under the ring and hold it up. So we're there, like, we're basically like, you know, leg pressing the ring from underneath, and they're like, you know, they're trying to communicate to the workers like, stay in the other corner, don't bump over there because you're gonna bump on them and break their legs. You know, carrying rings. I mean, 3 flights of stairs up, man, with no freaking escalator or anything or elevator. So, you know, that was an experience. But Punk had wrestled this guy Reckless Youth, right? And so I had heard that Punk had gotten concussions, and Punk was a wild man back then. I mean, he used to do helos to the floor. I mean, he used to do all types of crazy shit, split leg moonsaults, crazy stuff, right? And so he does a twisting blockbuster from the corner, right? He goes to second rope twist, does the blockbuster, but when he does the blockbuster, when Reckless Youth took the back bump, he bumped on Punk's head. And so we were like, ooh, like we saw that, and we were like, shit. And we were kind of waiting for him to go, and I guess the instincts took over the adrenaline. He finished the match. Everything was perfect. He got eliminated from the tournament, and as he was walking out, he grabs a folding chair, and he starts using it as a walker. You know, he like walks to like behind the curtain.
Was that the match where in his documentary he says he stayed in his house for like months and didn't go to the doctor?
Yeah, it was after that. So we see him, you know, we dap him over like, yo, good match, man. He's like, oh, thanks. You know, we're thinking everything's okay. He goes upstairs to the locker room, whatever. We're watching the other thing because we were on the side of the entranceway, pretty much. That's where they had us. So we see him walk down the stairs, and he goes like by this dock that was like over there. And, you know, he's got his towel and stuff. He's drinking water. So we're like, oh, whatever. And then like my cousin's watching him. And so, like, I look over and he's like, what's up with them? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you know, he looks a little strange. Like, something's up. And so Punk ends up, like, leaning back against, like, the dock and falls on his ass and sits there. So we're like, yo, what the fuck? So we go and we check on him. And he's puking up, like, it looked like hot water. Like, he was just puking up hot water. And we were like, oh, shit. So I look at my cousin. I'm like, yo, dude, get his boy. Like, you know, I don't want to say his name. But get his boy, his former best friend. Get his boy and get the promoter and fucking tell them what's going on. And he's like, all right. And I stayed with them there. And I just remember seeing Punk there, like with his eyes closed, just like at the dock, like throwing up. And then Ricky O, the promoter at the time, and Punk's former best friend came and they just told us like, hey, you know, we're good. We got it from here. And I remember the ambulance coming into the Rexplex, taking him, loading him up, and he had left. And I was just like, holy shit, man. Like, that sucks. You know, and then 2 months later, we saw him again wrestling like at another JCW show. But we were like, wow, that was bananas, you know? But hell of an experience, man. Hell of an experience, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. It was cool. It was cool. We broke in at a very cool era. And, you know, I think indie wrestling, you know, in the 2000s, in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, was the absolute best. You know what I mean? And
I agree, because it was like it's kind of like the punk scene of like, let's say, the 70s, 80s, but now like lucha libre shows or shows are getting overrun by like hipster kids that are like I don't know if they're into it because they're into it or they just want to be a part of the scene. And I'm like, do you like wrestling because you like wrestling, or you just want to be doing something? And I don't know, it just kind of pisses me off sometimes when I see just hipsters kind of mocking it and laughing, and I'm like, I kind of want to smack them, you know?
Yeah, it's an art form. It's an art form. It's a sport. It's something that.
But when people that actually liked it and grew up with it are there, it's more fun. Like me and you, I guarantee you, we go to a show and we'll have a good time.
Oh hell yeah!
There's a lot of people now that are going, and I don't know if they're there because they want to be. They're there because it's just there, and it pisses me off a little bit. I don't know.
That's understandable. I mean, like I'll be honest. I go to a wrestling show now that isn't WWE. That's like a more Mark centric one, let's say. And I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it, man. I just can't. I don't have the patience for it. You know, when I was breaking in, I remember talking to vets, right, and asking them questions constantly. And one of the questions I would always ask them is, what do you hate about wrestling the most? And unanimously, all of them would say the marks. They all hated the marks, which I thought was kind of odd because it's like, man, the marks are paying to see you. Like, they're giving you money. And then I started seeing how some of these marks would act. And it was insane. It was almost like
entitled or what?
Entitled, creepy. I mean, man, I remember, especially for the girls, it was really bad for the girls. I remember, man. Like some of these guys were just really, 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 really weird with stock girls.
Did somebody do that prom hug with what's Becky? Was it Becky? Like somebody did a prom hug?
I don't know, man. I don't know if. Oh wait, yeah. The okay, I know what you're talking about. I had to think about that for a fucking sec. Yeah, they did do something like that at like an autograph signing, but I mean, they get that shit okayed. I mean, like these dudes would just come up and start touching girls on the shoulders and they'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?" You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them were dating wrestlers or they were, with the promoter or whoever, and even if they weren't, it's like, why are you touching women? Like, why are you touching women? Like, why are you touching women you don't know? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is
I think because they think that, oh, it's just normal. Everybody gets to touch it because they're wrestlers. Because they see them on TV, but they're like, no, it's not like that. Like,
yeah.
I went to a Adulticon one time, a porn convention.
Oh, nice.
But I was very respectful, like when I was taking pictures, and the girls would be like, "No, you can touch me." I'm like, "Nah." I was there with my girlfriend at the time, so I was like, "Nah." My girlfriend whooped my ass, but I would take pictures with a couple porn stars, but like I was very respectful, and I wouldn't put even with porn stars, I was respectful, But
yeah, you got to work babyface there. You can't be a heel there. Yeah, I went to one out in Edison, and it was the same thing. They were super like chill, but I was also very much like about boundaries. Like, okay. Yeah. How do I? And they're like, "No, you can grab my ass." And I'm like, "All right, fuck it. When in Rome, Yeah. I mean, like that's I don't know. I mean, but she okayed it. That's fine.
This was the one. This was the one I was talking about with what's her name, Nikki Bella. They did the prom picture, and the dude looks like he's like pressed up on her.
Yeah. I mean, good for him, man. Good for him, and that's cool. That's cool of Nikki to do.
I mean, that's a highlight of his life, probably.
Hell yeah, man.
She said she's not doing it anymore.
Oh, well, right.
Probably poked her. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Man. More than likely, that's probably the case. The worst shit, though, to me, that I encountered, right, was like the dudes that wanted to buy the gear off the guys. There was guys. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. And they'd be like, "Oh, like I get, you're selling 8x10s. They buy all the shirts, all the fucking gimmicks, right?" But they'd be like, "Do you sell any of your like gear?" And some guys are like, "Well, it's like my gear," and they're like, "Oh, I'll give you like $500 for it." And it's like, okay, it's like this costs way more than it fucking costs to make it. Yeah. So like, fuck it, you want it, and you're giving me $500, sure thing. But then like afterwards, a lot of guys would be like, "Yo, you think they're going home and they're like smelling it and like fucking like
I mean,
putting it over their heads?"
I do find that interesting. The table of merch that some of these wrestlers have sometimes, where they're charging. I'm like, dude, it's $30 for a picture, like for an autograph, or just. I do trip out on some of the prices that they have, but I remember one time I don't know if you remember, Chavo Guerrero Jr. was wrestling here at a show. But he was charging like $30 just to take a picture with him, and like $25 for an autograph picture. Like it was kind of expensive. That I was like, God damn, bro, that's a lot of money. So when he came out to wrestle, like I was like, man, this was kind of being a dick. Like he wasn't being a dick, but he was trying to make his nut. But I was like, fuck it. So when he came out, me and my buddy started chanting, "Kerwin White, Kerwin White." He started laughing. I was like, fuck you guys. And I'm like. Because nobody remembers that gimmick, but we remember.
He did it to himself. And you know what though, time and place though too, man. Because it's like, yo, like if you're in the hood, man, or like you're in the barrio, bro. You're somewhere where like that there's people that really ain't got a lot of money, but they're spending their money to go there. I mean, what the fuck, bro? What's a couple of bucks? You're gonna make it back if you go to a convention, especially if you're a name.
That's why I was like tripping out. But I get it. Like I do see a lot of these tables sometimes when I go to like the shows. But it's like because even comedians nowadays are starting to sell shirts out here in LA. I do stand-up comedy, but there's a couple comedians that I'm like, bro, you've been at this for about less than a year and you already got merchandise. But who am I to like stop a motherfucker from selling his name and making a little nut, But motherfuckers got to do what you got to do, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, mad respect to you for doing that. I tried stand-up comedy a couple times. I did it when I was younger. I think I kind of like really didn't have as many inhibitions, so like I did all right. And I went to a nightclub in like an open mic in New York City, man, and I just totally cool about it. Then I tried it again as I got older, and holy shit, it was brutal, man. But like I was like, fuck it, let me lean into bombing and making it seem like I bombed on purpose. even though I didn't. But fuck it, like you gotta sell it.
Well, no, but that's a good thing. Like the more you enjoy the bombing, the better it is. Like that's I think Stephen Colbert said that. Just enjoy the bombing, and then anything else doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I don't really bomb that much. I try to give a 5-star performance.
Nice.
But
nice.
It's fun.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I give you guys a lot of credit. It's not an easy thing to do. And I mean, sometimes some people could be funny in conversation, but that doesn't necessarily translate to the stage, because that's a whole other thing. I mean, like what are the most common misconceptions people would have about like stand-up, let's say?
That anybody can do it. That it's like, because there's even out here, there's a lot of like social media, like internet stars or whatever that are funny on social media. But once you get the microphone and you're in front of people, they just don't know what to do. And it's funny to see that, like, oh, you had like 100,000 followers on your Instagram. You thought it was gonna be easy, but it's not, right? It's kind of like, how can I say this? I've been doing this since the first grade. I've been funny since the first grade. It was just putting it together, like putting all my stories together and all my jokes together, and then practicing it over and over until finally I got a routine where I know where I can go. But a lot of people think it's fun. Like, oh, everybody says I'm funny, and like, let me get 5 minutes, and then they go up there, and then once they hear crickets, they're like, oh shit, what am I doing? What am I doing? That's the funny part.
Yeah, definitely, man. So like, you write stuff before you go up there, or do you kind of like wing it depending upon the crowd?
I already have my set, my jokes, my stories. It depends. I do read the audience. Like, for example, if it's a fundraiser for like Pee Wee football, I'll get a couple football jokes in my head that I know, or stories that I had. If it's a fundraiser for cheerleading, you got to read the room, obviously. And then just, I do wing it. I try not to do a lot of crowd work because a lot of people like use that as a crutch. But a lot of people do the same thing, like, oh, are you guys married? Are you guys fucking? Oh, and it's like not really funny, but to each his own. I always say it's kind of like the Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan has his match, and everywhere he goes, everybody loves it. I got my set. I do change it up like RVD though.
Got your 5 moves of doom.
Yeah, but again, he made money off of it. And a comedian said one time, as long as you got 5 minutes of solid material, you can have a career in comedy, because those 5 minutes, you don't have to use the 5 minutes completely. You can use like a minute, fuck around, a minute, fuck around, a minute, fuck around. But the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it,
Right.
And the one thing though I do say is when I used to do wrestling and you do it like a crazy move where people say, holy shit, that rush that you get from wrestling is the same rush you get when you tell a funny joke and people crack up. It's like a rush, like oh fuck, like I don't know.
It's incredible. No, man. I mean, I as somebody who wrestled in front of crowds, and I mean, and I'm a singer in a band too. Shout out to the child actors, by the way. And I'm a singer in a band, and I love that shit. I love getting out there in front of a crowd, and that kind of rush. It's close to it, but nothing beats pro wrestling for me personally, because, and similarly to comedy, you're controlling the room.
Yeah.
You can make people laugh. You can make people upset. You can make people cry. You can make people leave if you want to, and that's an intoxicating thing, man.
Yeah.
Once you experience that,
Yeah, being the center of attention and just controlling the vibe. Yeah, that's 100%. That's why I tell people, like, why do you do it? Why do you do it? It's a rush, dude. It's like, if I could bottle that drug and sell it, I would. But like, you just gotta do it.
So do you guys have a hipster infiltration of comedians?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's in everything nowadays. Like, there's a couple rooms that are I consider them hipster rooms, where if you say anything like that's freaking vulgar or anything that's misogynistic, anything that's homophobic, anything that's racist, they want to fucking talk to you afterwards. And I'm like, get the fuck away from me, bitch. I'm getting paid, you're not. Leave me alone. Like, I'm not gonna take your advice. Like, no. But I just don't give a fuck anymore. People like me because I'm raunchy and rowdy, and there's a crowd for that. So some people want to see like mat wrestling. Some people want to see hardcore wrestling. If you want hardcore, I'm your man.
Yeah, totally, man. I think as far as it goes with like, all those other types of things, like, misogyny and racism and all that shit, like, you can tell who's trying to do what they're trying to do and who's trying to tell a fucking joke. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Who's malintention. Who's somebody, going over there just blatantly trying to be fucking racist, or somebody telling a racial joke, So I don't know. I mean, I grew up watching Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney, George Carlin, shit like that, So it's like, I appreciate that kind of stuff too.
But it's now the we know what's funny and we know what's best for everybody. No, you don't. Shut the fuck up.
Right. And comedy's supposed to make fun of all the fucked up things in life. It's supposed to shine a microscope on it and kind of laugh about the fucked up things so that you can feel better about the fucked up things.
Yeah, 100%. But again, that's the thing that's happening right now where people, they think they know what's best for everybody. And I'm like, fuck you.
Right. Have you ever been on a show with a big name?
I mean, I'm Craig Robinson from, what's it called? Arsenio Hall.
Nice.
Yeah, I've done a few shows with what was that dude from SNL? They used to do Bill Clinton. God damn, what's his name? There's a lot of stars that I just I see them.
Daryl Hammond.
Yeah, Daryl Hammond. I did a show with him a while back. And plus, there's a lot of comedians that a lot of people don't know that are way funnier than these bigger name comics. And I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's a killer. But they're not at that level yet because they're not popular. But they're right on the cusp, kind of like when we said about those indie wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Like out here, there's a bunch of dudes that are coming up that you're like, that guy's gonna be a star. That guy's gonna be a star. And there's other wrestlers that are just used like Virgil, trying to use their past name to get recognition and bookings. But I'm like, you were popular back in the fucking 80s, but you're not that funny now. Why are you still here? And they're just living off their name,
Yeah, totally.
One of my friends got mad at me because I said the pro wrestling business is a lot like the comedy business. It's the same shit. You deal with shady promoters, wrestlers that are jealous of you because you're better than them, like money and egos. It's the same shit. Entertainment business, same fucking shit, bro.
Yeah, totally. I mean, funny you mentioned Virgil. I remember my cousin and I meeting Virgil at a show one time, and he was setting up his merch table. So my cousin goes up to him. And my cousin's like, "Hey, man, if I give you $20 right now, would you punch my cousin in the face?" And he's like, "No, man, I'm not gonna do that. Why would I do that?" He's like, "I seen DiBiase make you do worse for less." And he was Virgil kind of laughed it off. He was cool. Shout out Virgil, R.I.P. Speaking of sabotage, though, have you ever had comedians try and sabotage you and do fucked up shit because you kind of stole their thunder?
Yeah, no, they get mad. They even fucking tell promoters not to book me again because I was funnier than them. And I'm like, and promoters laugh. They're like, what kind of a bitch is that?
Wow.
It's just weird, bro. And sometimes there's comics that because they don't like your style, they work with a bunch of clean, nerdy, hipster comics, and they're like, no, he's gonna fucking be mean and say offensive shit. And other comics are like, yeah, but he was funny. And it's just a weird haterade out here, man. Yeah, totally. I just keep to myself. I do my shit. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I really don't give a fuck anymore. Yeah.
It's all you can do, honestly, man. It's all you can do, and stay true to who you are, man. And you'll attract the right people, man. At the end of the day.
And then and I watch RVD's because RVD is one of my favorite wrestlers, and I watch his interview that he did when he got in the Hall of Fame. He's all like, people wanted me to change. People wanted me to do this. I'm like, no, I gotta stay true to RVD. And he did, and he became a world champion. If you think about it, RVD's the real people's champion.
Yeah.
Because he fucking was the one that people were like, no, we like this guy. He's a shit. And the only reason he lost the fucking belt was because of weed.
Yeah.
Some fucking bullshit. But,
yeah, man. Yeah, man. He was a cool guy. The couple times I met him, super chill, super friendly to all the fans, and just an amazingly talented guy. I mean, watching him compete in ECW back in there he is.
He's about to be Papa RVD soon.
I heard about that.
Yeah, man. I mean, seeing him in ECW and then seeing him in WWF and WWE, the ECW vibe was so different, because it was raw. It was raw. It was incredible. I'm glad I got to experience that, honestly, looking back at it now, and I'm sure, it was, I mean, Heat Wave, that was a fucking sick shit.
I think that was the first time he did a televised Van Terminator.
Yeah. I saw them at the Hammerstein Ballroom when they did the ECW tag title tournament in 2000. Then I went to Massacre on 34th Street, and I was at Guilty as Charged, the last ever official ECW pay-per-view.
Lucky bastard. Man. See, that's one reason I hate about the East Coast. You guys had ECW, and all we had was XPW. And like,
oh, XPW is the shits. Wasn't it started by a porn guy?
Yeah, it was garbage. You know, like it was just they were trying to compete, but they didn't have the talent. Like they just got like sloppy dudes. And it was horrible.
Yeah, it was like all these porn stars and stuff like that, and just Shane Douglas. And then like the worst part is like you see some of these older guys that are a little bit more respectable, and they just be blading like right in front of the camera, and you're like, what the fuck, calling spots right in front of the camera, giving zero fucks.
We got everybody towards the end, like Terry Funk, Sabu, fucking New Jack, like towards the, they didn't even care anymore. They're like,
yeah. Sabu was cool. I met Sabu once. He was fucking dope. He showed me his bicep when he tore it open against Terry Funk in the barbed wire match. He had to glue it shut with super glue, and Bill Alfonso taped it up. Yeah. And he basically got all this money. So, like, the plan was for him to go to the hospital afterwards. And he's like, fuck this. I'm not going to go to the fucking hospital. I'm just going to keep my money, and I'm going to get fucking high. So he went and he got fucking high, but he kept the tape on for like a week. And so his bicep looked really fucking weird because it looked like somebody melted his skin onto his skin. Like it looked all fucked up, man.
Did you guys know that Sabu didn't know how to read or write that well?
Really?
Facts, yes, facts.
I mean, I didn't see him do either or. You know, we talked, but he was cool as shit. He was cool. He did smoke weed though. Shout out to Sabu.
He was rolling with RVD. Yeah, he was rolling with RVD. Of course, he must.
But like, he was the only guy that could do it in the locker room. He was the only one.
Are you gonna fuck with him?
Nah, man. I remember like after his match when I saw him, he had the blue pants still, right? And so he comes back up after the match. He's got pieces of table. It's like when they were allowed to use tables out here still. He had pieces of table all over his back and all this shit. And he just sits down. Everybody's like, "Oh, good match," you know. And everybody's like saying goodbye to him. There was leaving. And so we're all kind of like talking to him. And he just reaches out and he just starts smoking a joint like right in the fucking locker room. Then the promoter comes in and he's like, "All right, everybody out. And I was just like, "Hey, man, nice to meet you." He's like, "Yeah, nice to meet you too, man. Take care." And that was it. You know, he was cool as shit, though. Cool as shit. R.I.P. Sabu, man. That was a bummer, man. He was one of a kind. He really was. You know?
Well, D, we're at the 130 mark, bro.
We're at the 130 mark, man. Paddy Rican, what do you got coming up, my brother?
Nothing much, man. Just working on some music with the child actors. But I'm available for more of these types of things. You know, every time I think I'm done, they pull me back in. So I wouldn't mind doing another one of these. Sailor, thank you so much for that.
I always like talking with people that have a lot of good wrestling.
We got to grab him after the next pay-per-view. We got to grab him after the next pay-per-view.
I'd love to do it. You know, he's got the pat signal, so he could just throw it up, and I'll show up here, no problemo. You know?
Yeah.
Sailor, what do you got coming up, my brother?
You know what? I ain't got shit, man. I'm just gonna be.
I ain't got shit.
I'm gonna try to take I don't know. Like I just get called week of, so that's why I don't really have a lot of shows. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get called this week to do a couple shows, but I'll post them up on my Instagram, Facebook. Everybody knows where to follow me, Drunken Sailor Comedy. And if I do post something up, it'll be on there.
All
right, man. Well, make sure you guys go out and subscribe. And like,
I just have one request. One request before. Can we do the East Coast, East Side, West Side thing? Because I'm throwing up the East Side. I'm on the East Side. You got to throw up the West Side. You know what I'm saying? I don't even, well, you know, like this, but you get what I'm saying. I don't even know if it's the right fucking way. Okay, this is the right fucking way. We're good. East Side, West Side. All right, there you go. Something like that. But yeah. Bam.
All right, mofos, make sure you go out and like everything. Child Actors on IG, on fucking YouTube, Facebook, everything. Go out and check them out. And make sure you like and subscribe to everything. Luis Noriega, the Drunken Sailor. Oh, man, here we go. We got Bad Brains up in the mofo. What's the Sailor looking for here, man? We got Paddy Rican's holding up the Bad Brains.
Putting up the Funkles away.
Yeah,
listen to the Bad Brains. This is the first time and the only time you'll have a Yankee fan and an LA Dodger fan in the same room, not killing each other.
Yep.
Check out. Make sure you guys come back next week. We will have an underground hip hop artist, Jerry X, from Brooklyn, New York. We'll have him next week, and make sure you guys go out and, you know,
support live comedy.
Enjoy your life, bro. Go out and, you know, write some music.
Go get laid, man.
Go get laid.
Laid,
you know? Go touch the real grass. You know what I'm saying? And some ass.
Yeah.
Word.
We need
All
a lot
right,
of-
guys, man. Peace out. Enjoy
All right,
your
peace out,
day.
brother.
Have a good night,
And make
guys.
sure you guys, you know what horses like? You know what gay horses like?
Hey.
Hey. That was my track comedy there. I wouldn't last fucking 5 minutes. Later, guys. Deuces.
In the B, the O, the Y-L-E, the H, the E-I-G-H-T. Now add the S, that's East Los Angeles. Relax, kids, mezcalito, bow to handle this.